This series presents information based in part on theory and conjecture. The producer's purpose is to suggest some possible explanations, but not necessarily the only ones, to the mysteries we will examine.
Welcome to Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's, the investigative journalism program, or IJP, where I ask the question, whatever happened to the pizza at McDonald's? I'm your host, Brian Thompson. Today, Part 2 of our investigatory series, Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's, presents In Search of the Chamber of Secrets. Part 2, A Message from the Past. Previously on this program, I discovered the existence of a science fiction film entitled Mac and Me. This film, which was released contemporaneously with the heyday of original recipe McDonald's pizza, was financed in part by the McDonald's Corporation. I do not believe there is any evidence of McDonald's pizza in the film, though a choreographed dance number set in a McDonald's does provide a blurry glimpse of the in-store menu. Perhaps with the film's upcoming anniversary release on high-definition Blu-ray disc, someone will be able to discern whether this menu features McDonald's pizza. It will have to be someone other than me, as I do not own a high-definition television. But in watching the film, I was struck by the fact that McDonald's would officially sanction a motion picture about a young boy befriending an extraterrestrial and being chased by shadowy government figures. Surely this was no accident. For some reason, the powers that be wanted the world to contemplate the notion that extraterrestrials have visited the planet of planet Earth. Further, I was struck by the similarity of the plot of Mac and Me to the plot of another well-known science fiction film, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Last week, I spoke with an expert on psychologist Carl Jung's theory of collective unconscious. He told me that according to said theory, it is quite possible that the plots of the films E.T. the Extraterrestrial and Mac and Me sprung forth from the same shared memory of humanity's ancient past. In short, it is not outside the realm of possibility that in some distant time a person befriended a stranded extraterrestrial. The expert in question instructed me to read ancient Egyptian texts about that society's interactions with aliens from outer space. Unfortunately, I do not understand the native language of ancient Egyptians, a language known as hieroglyphics. This language is not so much a language at all, as it is a series of pictograms meant to represent words. This poses some problems for me, a person from modern times, as the pictures themselves are simply not very good. If a modern artist, such as the great Thomas Kincaid, paints a picture of a snow-dusted cottage nestled beside a Christmas-time creek, there is no question as to what that image is supposed to depict. But somehow, to the Egyptians, a string of tiny birds and men with animal heads instead of their own heads is meant to represent the name of the king or so forth. It is simply beyond me. And unfortunately, hieroglyphics are not available from Duolingo, even as an in-application purchase. As such, I would have to rely on an English translation of these ancient texts. I assumed these would be available in the reference section of any reasonably stocked public library. One problem: I have been permanently banned from my local public library after expressing my First Amendment rights by silently protesting their refusal to investigate the theft of their DVD copy of the film Willow. I chose a silent protest out of respect for the library's quietness policy. But according to the arresting officer, there is no difference between a 24-hour silent protest and loitering. So, I would have to seek out ancient Egyptian texts elsewhere. Thankfully, our federal government maintains the most well-stocked library on Earth.
Welcome to the Library of Congress. During regular business hours, you can reach an operator by pressing the 0 key. If you are using a rotary... Operator, Library of Congress.
Hello, I'm looking for some ancient Egyptian texts. Do you have any of those?
Hold on, please. African Middle Eastern Division.
Hello, I'm looking for some ancient Egyptian texts, preferably translated into English. Do you have any of those?
I think you want the main reading room.
Okay.
Okay, well, we have them in the original Middle Eastern languages here, but
I see. Well,
yes,
I don't understand those languages. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Welcome to the Library of Congress. During regular business hours, you can reach an operator by pressing the 0 key. If you are using a rotary telephone, hold the line. Thank you for calling Library of Congress. How can I help you?
Hello, I would like to be connected to the main reading room, please.
Sure. One moment.
Library of Congress main reading room. How can I help you?
Hello, I was directed here because I was told that you may have some English translations of some ancient Egyptian texts.
Okay.
Is that true?
It's possible.
Okay.
Would you like me to transfer your call yet again to the Middle Eastern and African reading room?
Oh, I think that may be where I was directed before, but if you think that's wise, go ahead.
Well, if you've already talked to them, you have a particular title that I can look for in the catalog.
I'm looking for any ancient texts that reference extraterrestrials.
Okay, let me see what I can find here. I'm going to do a keyword search.
Specifically, any ancient contacts between extraterrestrials and human boys.
Okay. So I put in the keywords extraterrestrial ancient text, and I've got 3 pages of results. Some of these are the Eric von Däniken books.
Eric von Däniken?
Däniken, D-A-N-I-K-E-N, with an umlaut over the A.
Umlaut. I don't believe my Palm Pilot has an umlaut key.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
just
finding
spell it with
one.
the regular A, D-A-N-I-K-E-N.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But there's a font in front of that.
Now, is that an Egyptologist? Do you know?
No, he is a popular, I don't know what his credentials are, but he writes about extraterrestrials in ancient, in connection with ancient contact.
Okay.
Here's another book called Aliens in Ancient Egypt, The Brotherhood of the Serpent and the Secrets of the Nile Civilization.
Oh, my, that sounds spooky.
The author is Zaviant Hayes, H-A-Z-E.
Hayes.
H-A-Z-E.
Very interesting.
So these are good jumping off places that might give you a clue as to which particular text gave them their information. And then you could look in our catalog to see if we have a copy of those texts.
I see. And this might sound strange, but I'm also researching the connection between ancient Egyptians and pizza, specifically pizza from McDonald's. I know that McDonald's did not exist during ancient Egypt, but if you could search ancient Egypt, McDonald's, pizza, or perhaps just ancient Egypt pizza and see if anything comes up, I would very much appreciate it. Do you happen to remember when McDonald's served pizza, by the way?
No, I don't associate McDonald's with pizza.
Most
in my
don't.
mind, I always think of burgers.
Yes.
So I typed in all those keywords and got nothing.
Oh, well. Thank you. Is there any way you could mail those books to me? Because I would ask for interlibrary loan, but I'm not actually allowed in my local public library. And if you do mail them, could you put them in a container that is non-bendable? Hello? Hello? Curious. Today's episode of Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's is brought to you by Yankee Candle Wax Melts. Your home's natural smell is quite unpleasant, so you have attempted to mask this smell by burning candles scented like dead flowers or charred marshmallows. One problem. Now your walls and ceiling are covered in soot, and your landlord is griping. Yankee Candle Wax Melts solve this problem. They heat the smelly wax without creating a flame. The scent is released, and your home no longer stinks. Even better, your walls and ceiling are clean, assuming you have washed off all the previously accumulated soot. Yankee Candle Wax Melts. Stop your landlord's griping. Thank you for listening to Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's, a proud part of the Pizza at McDonald's network. Do you know what happened to Pizza at McDonald's? Do you remember it? Please send all correspondence to pizzaatmcdonalds@gmail.com. Visit our attractive website at www.pizzaatmcdonalds.com. There you may find a link to our new Live Journal page, which has replaced our electronic mail newsletter, which was unjustly terminated by a 2-bit company called MailChimp. You will also find links to our Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram pages, as well as to our Teespring store, where you may purchase quality Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's merchandise. To provide financial support, visit patreon.com/pizzaatmcds, or to make a one-time donation, use our PayPal email address, pizzaatmcdonalds@gmail.com. I'm Brian Thompson.